Hi everybody, Debra Dickinson here. Today is travel day and we are headed to a new destination, and that's what I want to talk to you about today. Destinations and why I am not a boondocking snob. And what does that mean? People seem to think that you're not a legitimate nomad unless you're boondocking a majority of the time, if not all of the time. And boondocking in nature and the solitude it affords certainly saved my life. And you can't beat the wildlife I've seen in my 9 years on the road. Moose, elk, bear, bighorn sheep, pronghorn, deer, wild horses, you name it. It has been amazing. And I wouldn't trade those whipped cream moments for anything. Those whipped cream moments means that it's better than the icing on the cake. It's the whipped cream on top of the icing on the cake. I have videos about all of those experiences. And I was on the road for 4 years before I was able to do anything but remote boondocking because of my health. And as I started getting better, I began to do more. I still have to limit my activities and socializing, and to prevent TBI episodes from flooding, I retreat to nature and solitude as often as I can. Someone recently told me that they are surprised I can camp in campgrounds due to my TBI, hyperacusis, and flooding issues. Flooding for many TBI thrivers is when the brain gets overstimulated and starts skipping. Kind of like the old-fashioned records when the needle skips across the words. It's different for each TBI thriver, but it's usually due to limited neuronal fluid flow. That's a mouthful. Think of it like someone who has had heart trouble. They often have to limit their activity because the heart simply can't pump blood like it used to. The same is true for some brain injuries. I have to be very careful, but great joy can be found in other types of camping other than just boondocking. Last summer and this summer, Frugal RV Gal and I have enjoyed exploring the New Mexico state parks. We're headed to a new one for us today, and that is always exciting. It's kind of nerve-wracking too, because I do have to worry about flooding. But we pick the most remote places we can before making our reservations, and we enjoy the nature trails and other attractions that feed my soul, contribute to my ongoing health, and allow us to get away from the crowds. Often in parks, I get that it's crowded, but instead of crowds, if you do your homework and select carefully, you can enjoy camping that is almost as remote as boondocking. Without camping in campgrounds, I wouldn't be able to do things like camp with my beautiful niece Elizabeth and her husband Cody. They have to have electricity, and I wouldn't trade those moments that we've been able to spend with them for anything. To get from point A to point B, I also have utilized non-traditional camping like Harvest Host or Hip Camp. With Harvest Host, Frugal RV Gal and I have enjoyed upscale resorts, wineries and breweries and tours, and even an alpaca farm. At a Hip Camp stay, I got to see an active archaeology site in progress and experience up close Scottish Highland cattle for the first time. Boy, I didn't even know those things existed. I was surprised. I would have missed out on all that if I snubbed my nose at anything but boondocking. And by the way, if you're interested in a Harvest Host membership, please use my discount code below. It'll save you 10% and I get $10. It's a win-win for both of us. And all of this that I'm talking about, you will find videos featuring it on my channel as well as Frugal RV Gal. We've also enjoyed fishing at various state parks, especially in New Mexico, and we'll do more of that this summer. Fishing on public lands is available, but not readily, and the fishing spots there are often more crowded than what we have found in state parks. I'm also enjoying social gatherings I couldn't do when I first got on the road. We'll camp in a traditional RV park, for example, for one of my book signing events if need be, and I hold my annual meetup, KOKO Fest, in a state park now for a lot of reasons. Granted, I can do all of that because I always find a way to get back to nature and solitude, but my life is greatly enhanced because I opened up my camping options to more than just boondocking. What about you? Where do you stand on being a boondocking purist? Or do you do traditional camping only? I prefer the mix. There are a million ways to be a nomad. You just have to find what works for you. I look forward to hearing from you in the comments below. We'll see you down the road, everybody. I gotta hit the road. Keep on keeping on. Moose, elk, beer. And I wouldn't trade those whipped cream moments for